Hey, hey, welcome again, nieces and nephews, to Keep Moving Podcast. I'm your host, the big unk with the mostest, Akil Patterson. Over here is Captain Eli.
Air horn noise.
I might have that.
Oh, no. Nope. Hey. There we go. What's up?
What's going on, Captain?
Not too much. Keeping it real. Keeping 100, as I say often.
I've never heard you say
Well, I'm starting to say it now. More and more people are saying it.
Is that like keeping it a buck?
Yes. I'm $1.50 at this point, Well, that's just inflation, though.
Really?
Yeah. Got to raise the prices because the Strait of Hormuz is open.
Yeah, I've heard about this. Recently, the current sitting president of the United States declared the Strait of the Hormuz America.
Very cool. Very cool.
Which I don't even understand at this point. I'm like, how is this America? Like, we've never had control of this. We've never been part of it.
Well, it's interesting to say that. It's because we want it. We don't have any rights to it, of course, but we want it.
Like, it's like saying I'm German.
Yeah, there's a sort of might makes right type of mentality that was supposed to be kind of done away with because it's not a good way to run things.
Ruled by strength of force. Oof.
And unfortunately, as proven every day, is we're not as strong as we seemed to have been for how badly everything's been going. This whole operation, people on the USS Lincoln are trying to jump off. They don't have
literally
proper food, I guess, which is like, it does my head in.
So I was telling a friend about this, is that soldiers jumping off ships, man overboard, nothing new.
Yeah, of course.
Nothing new, tight quarters, long time at sea. I guess it's like going like stir crazy.
Of course, yeah.
It's like a lot of people go stir crazy.
People crack.
Yeah. Because, and I found this out from a friend who was a former naval officer, he said that it's the only way you can get leave. He's like,
yeah,
hey,
but
they cracked, they went crazy. We got to send them off. They send in a helicopter, pick them up, take them back to. But at this point, they're like, this is a little overboard. It's a little overboard. It's
I mean, like,
it's not just 4 or 5 guys. It's kind of like
it was like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Guys, I guess. Yeah. Not so funny for them, I guess, but like they've broken the longest amount of time without seeing port in modern US history.
My God.
Yeah.
Nothing like a bunch of guys stuck on a ship together.
And the showers are breaking down, apparently. The toilets are breaking down. They've run out of deodorant. They were like showing they were getting like a cup of rice. Like naval commanders or naval personnel in like the 18th century were getting better rations. The hardtack was nicer, you know?
Well, this proves maybe we shouldn't have the Secretary of the Army and Secretary of Defense be,
war. It's war because we're war fighters.
Whatever. Congress hasn't changed it. No one has said that those agencies should be run by, I don't know, competent people. Like, look, I have a brother who's a Marine. You have a brother that's in the military as well. Do you think those two people could run the military?
I mean, I guess now that we've seen what Hegseth is able to do, yeah.
I mean, legitimately.
Yeah.
No, not with Hegseth involved, but just legitimately.
I mean, like, maybe.
No. No.
I would come down on yes, actually. I'm
going to come down on no. I've met your brother, and I've met my brother.
Yeah.
They can be very smart people. That I can say with. But they are not trained officers. They lack certain fundamental disciplines that I've seen out of military officers. Now they're just not there yet. Now my brother, probably if he would have, but he's a Marine, so.
Sorry to hear that.
Let's be very clear. Marines don't just get handed those jobs because it's like, you guys are good. You're the best in the world.
Sure.
But you're not necessarily the tactful type. you know.
Yeah.
And there's a lot involved in military operations. It's not just going out and shooting things down and blowing stuff up.
Yeah, that's actually the logistics are the far more important part that no one cares about. That Forever and a Day stabs every single military that doesn't care about logistics in the back. Look to every single time, Russia. Look at Nazi Germany. Look at China when they tried attacking Vietnam. It's Forever and a Day. People don't want to worry about logistics, and it turns out they're really important. Turns out getting food to your soldiers is just important as bullets.
Logistics is 99.9% of the job.
Yeah, it turns out the easy part is, a daring attack. The hard part is making sure they can wash their butts.
Yeah. So, and that's why I said so. There are people who there's officer training schools. You learn about the ins and outs of every department. Pete Hegseth never did that. He was not an officer.
Yeah.
He was not an enlisted officer. He never was. And so that to me is a bigger problem, that we are entrusting our military to the president's guy who was essentially just a Fox News host.
Yeah. And a accused rapist.
Mm-hmm.
And an obvious alcoholic.
I mean, well, I'm going to reserve judgment on that because
I won't. I don't feel the need to.
I don't. I'm not going to use his alcoholism as necessarily the only defect.
It's a massive red flag, and the fact that he has not taken care of it is a huge red flag. It's huge.
A lot of folks. Well, I don't know. I honestly don't know anything about Pete's service record, but I don't believe he necessarily saw active combat.
No, he did not.
Okay.
I believe he's in the National Guard. Sorry, all National Guardies. My brother's in the National Guard.
Again, it's no disrespect to people that do it. I have good friends that were officers in the National Guard. They served in Afghanistan and Iraq. They did.
They shouldn't have. They shouldn't have.
Oh, they shouldn't have been there. No, they shouldn't have been there.
No, Bush should be in jail for that alone.
Okay.
I'm just telling how it is. I'm a truth teller. I don't save feelings,
I'm not. I just wanted to get the rest of this out. Is that ultimately there are many different aspects of every military that you're going to be in charge of. That's the Air Force, the Navy, the Marines. Well, Marines are the Navy. Anyway, Air Force, Marines, Navy, Space Force, technically, I guess, and the Coast Guard. You're talking about the Army. So there's just so many aspects. And so when you don't have the proper training to know how all those suit up, and you only look at it from, well, when I was in the Army, it's like, well, yeah, man, you were a enlisted grunt. You didn't go through the training. You didn't go through the educational standards. And I've known some West Point grads, Navy grads, many of them fine people, many of them who did serve, did have issues with alcohol after war. And so that's why I said I would reserve that portion, because
it's not a judgment in itself, but it's certainly a red flag. If you have an alcohol problem and you're not taking care of it, that's a problem.
Pete Hegseth on his own, this specific Secretary of the Army, or the Secretary of Defense. Secretary of Defense.
That's what they want to call it. I don't want to misgender them.
Well, and this particular Secretary of Defense doesn't have those things. Only he's the guy who got out, complained about everything, and then says, "You're a tool."
Yeah, well, he's talking about how bearded people. You want to put that in silent. Bearded people are, a problem. There's low T problem. It's completely goofy. It's completely superfluous. The only reason he's there is because he's willing to do what it takes to lick Trump's toes to be there.
Oh yeah.
So it's a toadyism system, but that's his qualification. I think that's most of the Trump administration qualification, is they're willing to say, yes, Mr. Trump. Thank you, Mr. Trump. Mr. President. Yeah, they're completely unqualified, but that's kind of why we're in this mess in the first place, is because there are a bunch of unqualified boobs who don't know what they're doing
Yeah.
and are just saying yes.
Yeah. And again, so that's where I'm at, I think. But how do we end up this rabbit hole anyway? We started talking about like Trump and the administration, straight up news. Oh, that's right. We have topics we're going to discuss today. And,
Yeah, well, it's related to. I think it's all ties into one piece of.
Oh, I did not know that because
We're
didn't have
we're seeing incompetence in the military. You know, a lot of they're being abused that way. Well, don't worry, the abuse is happening here at home as well. You may have heard of a little new thing going around that's been a real hit this summer, a real explosive hit this summer. There's been a continuous outbreak, I believe it's since May, of a intestinal parasite called Cyclospora.
the diarrhea disease. Okay.
Yes, unfortunately, it causes cyclosporius, a gastrointestinal illness, and we all know what that means.
You shit your pants.
It's caused by the cyclosporia. It travels from person to person, not through personal contact, but from food that has been contaminated with human waste. So,
Question.
Yes.
Person to person,
Yeah,
please explain.
eating booty won't give you this. Sorry, that's
Okay.
that's literally what it means.
But I'm just saying, it doesn't. It spreads from person to person.
It doesn't spread from person. It's very uncommon for it to spread from person to person.
Okay, so it's only through food, so it doesn't. I thought you said
Yeah.
it spreads through. I was like, well, that's weird.
No, it doesn't. It's generally it needs like a week to sort of incubate outside of the body. So it's a human to human spread is very, very uncommon. They were saying
So somebody used human manure. for
somehow
fertilizer?
water was contaminated with human waste. However, that happened. You know, there's a
That
unfortunately.
happens. I mean, that can happen with groundwater. Yeah.
Yeah, it can happen in
water.
a lot of different ways. People can have it and not have symptoms. That can be a thing.
Mhm.
You can have it, get better, and then relapse, taking up to a month to get better. Sometimes people are hospitalized because they get so sick and dehydrated. There's it's not great. It's very bad. Very unpleasant. Heat's kind of the most effective way to kill it. So cooking your food. So that's why it's been spread a lot in these fresh salads mixes and pre-cut salads, because generally those are supposed to be washed, but it doesn't really wash off too well. It's very difficult to clean it off that way.
Bag o' lettuce.
Yes, you pre-sliced lettuce and salad kits and all that stuff. You're trying to eat healthy, and now
I mean, that's what it is. It's like a bag of lettuce, and you open it up, and it's like, hey guys, those were shipped there in boxes.
Mm-hmm. But there was
Anything about boxing and packaging stores, like those places aren't like sanitary. So
much of our food system has been born out of learning about, hey, people will do whatever, right?
Oh, yeah.
There's a famous book by oh God, what's his name? Sinclair, I want to say. Maybe I'm messing it up, but anyway, it's called The Jungle, and it's basically about the meat industry at the turn of the century in America, and just how insanely disgusting it was. Teddy Roosevelt had a big push to clean up the meat industry because it just like be this horrible place of poo and meat and rotting meat and all this stuff, and you're like, and then we ship it to people, right?
I mean, if you are versed in international food, you always find that that's one reason people always are very focused on buying local.
Yeah,
because if it comes from another region, you're like, we've got no idea how these people live.
Yeah. And it used to be America would, and this is where it was coming to. This isn't just an accident. This doesn't just happen. America used to coordinate with other countries that we would get produce from, sort of be like, hey, we're just making sure you guys are following our rules, so people don't get ill, right?
Yeah.
And the Trump administration, through the Doge cuts, our brilliant leaders, cut a lot of the funding for these types of programs. They cut 6 out of the 8 foodborne illnesses that they would track, and Cyclospora was one of them.
Because they were, I don't know, donors to the campaign.
Yeah, I mean, like it's even I don't know exactly the motivation, but I think it's even stupider. I think they saw a budget line item they thought they could zero out so they could give the billionaires and trillionaires, one trillionaire, tax cuts. And they're like, okay, how do we make this math out? And it's like, it's basically just like, oh, I've got a car. Let me just take off the brakes. That'll save me a lot of money. I won't have to change the brakes anymore. It's like, you are that stupid. That is how ridiculous this is.
Well, that's an idea that we're leaning into here. Why is our government right now in the United States behaving like this? And I will simply say it's because it's almost back to what I just said before about Pete, right? If you don't know how the whole system works in your own, the Doge guys, those Dogecoin guys they are guys that were on Discord and YouTube and X talking at night in spaces, and Elon Musk just liked what they sounded like and said. These are young 20-something-year-old people that don't have PhDs in like science, well, some had mathematic degrees, but they were not the smartest and the best of us, and they had lack of experience understanding the complete system.
One of them was nicknamed Big Balls.
Yeah.
Case closed.
Well,
case closed.
Anyway, I think that
anyway.
Well, I say anyway because I'm like, it's a handle on like.
He was very proud of it. I'm just saying it's indicative of a type of person.
You do know what your Snapchat name is?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
It's accurate though.
Okay. All right. So it's one of those things where I think if it's yeah, they got away from. I mean, I was one of those people where I'm like, yeah, you should be hired based on the merits of your position.
That's what they argued for. They said that's why the anti-DEI movement.
Yeah,
they're like,
but now it's just a total butt show of like, can you lie long enough?
Yeah, it's corruption season. We're in corruption season. That's the explanation.
Hey, Caroline Levitt, when you are burning in the pits of wherever you're going one day, it's because you lied to the American people for 2.5 years.
Yeah, I think there should be consequences for what they've done.
Yeah.
Controversial, I know.
It is absolutely disgusting that anyone can just, you know what, it's not disgusting because, you know, I've seen a lot of Democrats have done it to people. Republicans have done it to people. But the way the Republicans are doing it to people is just atrocious. Because now it's not even kind of lying. They just straight up are lying to the American people.
I don't know if it was better, but the Weasley, mealy-mouthed, oh, it's technically true, even though you have to look at it through a very skewed lens and this way and that. They just make up whatever they want. They don't even pretend to, oh, well, if you're stupid, you could think this way. It's like, no, you couldn't. There's no defending this.
Former press secretary went on and lied about Joe Biden's health.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff. That's why I told you many times, there is no one in DC is run by a bunch of 18 and 25-year-olds. That's the entire DC apparatus. And you see people before they're 30 getting executive level positions in jobs that they are not qualified for simply because they worked for Senator Van Hollen or they worked for Kristi Noem. Like, it's the most insane thing because they collect people like rabbits. They collect people like rabbits.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of them in a freaking crate. And you know what? The person that collect them's like, well, they were so cute when they got here, but it's time for them to leave now. They haven't gotten better. They haven't done anything important. They just send them out to the rest of us. Here you go out, and then cause chaos. And then
it's our problem now.
You collect rabbits now. Now all of us are like, we have these rabbits that were in a cage, and now they're wild. So hopefully some wolves eat them.
Yeah, well, and that's, I guess, what I'm hoping for is that the next administration, you need to move as quickly as the Trump administration to un-F this whole thing.
I don't think you listen.
You need to get rid of these people, drum them out, arrest them.
Oh, I'd fire everybody. Fire. If you were hired during this administration, I'm like,
you're on check. Gone. Sorry. Yeah,
you're gone.
You're a suspect.
Everybody's reapplying for their job.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Everybody.
Yeah,
I'm
and
not going to fire you right off the back, but you're going to reapply.
yeah. So, but and I had a couple more notes I wanted to just hit on with the Cyclosporia. Um, in 2019, there was 55 total outbreaks and about 1,000 cases. In 2026, there's been 24,000 cases.
Almost
Now,
like that measles outbreak.
yeah, and it's all connected. You know, there's these people that were responsible for tracking this whole thing, and now it's completely out the door. Just like, oh well, we don't know. They still don't know necessarily where this is all coming from.
Yeah, it's like we got
This started in May.
Yeah, but look, at this point, I'm sorry to everyone who's getting it.
It's awful.
Luckily, I take supplements for my vitamins.
And you don't eat vegetables, so you're safe.
I do eat vegetables.
Now, really? Oh, okay.
I've always eaten vegetables. Problem was I don't like cooking.
I gotcha.
So that's the difference. I thought you knew that. I just don't like cooking.
And in other foodborne news, we've got some more exciting food-based stuff. So I was talking about how they were tracking 80% of the food that wasn't meat.
Okay.
Well, it turns out meat's affected too. There's this new bug hitting the system. It's literally called the New World Screwfly. Screwworm.
I'm sorry. What?
Yep. New World Screwworm fly. It's this.
Again, I'm stuck.
Yeah.
It's affecting my meat.
Yeah, it's getting in the meat. Beef especially. It's especially bad for beef.
It's in my meat now.
No, it's worse than that. It's killing the meat. It's not even in your meat.
Oh, well, doesn't half our meat come from like other countries anyway at this point? Because
I'm not sure. I was just reading that our cattle stocks they haven't been this low since the 1950s.
Hey, hey,
you played yourself.
Congratulations, farmers. You stumped for Trump. He cut off your supply chain. He's ruined you for the next 20 years, and now your cattle are dying.
Oops.
I did it again.
It sucks because farmers have been put upon for so long, and they are where our actual food comes from.
Yeah, I'm not mad at farmers for wanting to be farmers, but Farmer John is dead. Farmer John has turned into farmer. Got to have an American flag and say we stand with Trump.
And to be fair, it's one of 5 corporations. It's not even like, oh, it's some small farmer. It's like it's a conglomeration, and that's a big problem.
That's monopolies. We've got to look. I'm gonna say it with my chest. I wish we had Teddy Roosevelt back, so he would break up these antitrust movements. Just break them up. Like you cannot buy. Let me tell you this. You can't buy beer. You can't buy beer that's brewed more than outside of a 200-mile radius. And all the hops and everything have to come from that 200-mile radius, which is quite substantive.
Mm-hmm.
We have turned our control of our country over to such large conglomerates that they just buy up the little guy because the little guy's like, I can't make it. They cornered the market.
Yeah.
New rule in place.
Capitalism abhors competition.
Yeah, well, F that.
And it's the Supreme Court will come out.
You cannot own more than 2% of any industry.
The Supreme Court will come out and say, oh, well, we don't think it's going to affect prices, so it's fine. We're going to allow this.
Yeah, whatever. Free.
Sorry.
You cannot own more than 3% of any industry. Full stop.
We're getting nationalization, but it's privatized. It's very weird. People are crying about, oh, if the government controlled it, it'd be badly run, it'd be expensive, it'd be this and that. And then we're experiencing all the downsides of that without any of the upsides of public ownership. It's very strange to me.
Those guys who say that are full.
Yeah, they're very motivated. They aren't being genuine.
They say it, and then you go, there's absolutely no scientific information that what you said is true. There's nothing. There's nothing that says that's true.
It turns out you can just say it.
Well, because it's all about feelings.
Mm-hmm.
And they have, whatever. You Karens on all sides Karens, Chads, whatever you want to call yourselves,
Stacy.
are the reasons Becky's, Brad's, you are all the reason why our country is heading to obliteration. We are now less trusted globally, new report, than China.
I think that's probably a good thing. Controversial, I know. We have not used our influence for good. Look what we're doing right now. We're not using it for good. We need it
worse than China.
I would say
China's a communist country.
Yeah, but it seems like they're doing something right.
It seems like their people are happier, more well-traveled, more well-versed, better educated. You know,
it's interesting how that works. Yeah. Hopefully someday we can figure out why that is.
Yeah, well, maybe it's because everyone has to go to school.
Yeah.
You have to learn. You have to do these things. It's not a choice. In America, we go, well, it should be your choice. Choice for what? Being an idiot?
I mean, if
they got plumbers too, they got better plumbers than us.
It's not a choice if it's a point of economics. If school was free and people weren't going, then you could, I think, blame them. But school is incredibly expensive, right?
China's learned how to lower the price of goods.
Interesting. It's almost like they're doing it for the people. And I've got my criticism of China, but it seems like
I do too. I think
generally people there aren't that unhappy because the government is responsive to their needs. They're making, like you said, goods cheaper. Medical care is very inexpensive there and easy to get. There's a lot of bad stuff going on there, but seemingly here in America, we're getting all the bad stuff and none of the good.
But it's also a massive country with
huge, bigly
a billion people. So it's like, yeah, they have different issues.
Yeah.
But again, we act like it's harder to solve our nation's problems. Where it's like, you know what? I used to think that we were good because we had like states' rights, state sovereignty, but now it's like, no, it's just.
What is it good for? Right? What is it good for?
When every state just cucks to whoever the president is, it's like, get out of here.
Yeah. We have all this freedom. Okay. Well, you're being spied on by flock cameras. You're being, monitored by every single company. You aren't able to do anything because you don't have any money.
At least the Chinese know they're being spied on.
You're free. You're so free.
The Chinese, we're doing. We know they spy on us, so it's okay. We just don't doing it.
But do you remember all the crying about China and the surveillance and all that stuff? We're doing that now, but privatized. It's crazy. Oh,
and we're selling it to Israel. Israel owns Flock.
God.
So it's moving on.
Yeah. Well, but I think it's all of a piece. You're seeing this massive corruption all in one place. We're dealing with this outbreak, and it hasn't become severe yet. But again, the origins of it are exactly what I was saying with the Cyclospora is the Trump administration, Doge, cut a bunch of funding to USAID, which had programs. There's actually really interesting science behind it. They would release millions, literally hundreds of millions of these sterile screwworm fly males into the environment.
Oh yeah.
And they would mate with the wild females and would be completely sterile, so the eggs they laid would not be able to create larvae.
Yeah.
So a really interesting program. And it was actually, I was reading, it was the first insect they did that with because it was such a severe thing.
They were like, they're creating these neutered and trans flies, and you're like,
yeah, and they did it in the 1950s. This is how long this has been going on. They had the idea back then. Yeah, so
it shows you that Elon Musk, the Doge cuts, and every moron that was hired by this administration can literally, I hope you get dysentery.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want them to get the screwworm from. I want them to have worse.
Well, it's less common in humans, but it is killing the beef, which we do eat, which is a problem. I want
dysentery for these people.
Yeah, I want dysentery for them too, honestly. Yeah, I want worse. They deserve the worst. And this whole thing, it was pretty much eliminated from the U.S. in, I believe it was 1966. And there's been a couple of smatterings of cases. They've been a big thing with the USAID was releasing these
the mini flies,
the flies in South American countries, Central American countries, to help them prevent it, because we live in a globalized world. These things swirl around, and even though it's not our country, why are we helping them? Why are we giving them money? It helps us. That's why,
Well, luckily, I don't have it yet, so here we go. All right, what else you got for me?
It was just more on the Screwworm fly.
That's it. I thought we were gonna have something else to talk about. I didn't want to
Oh yeah, I guess our best friend Luigi admitted to shooting that one guy, Brian Thompson.
Oh, he just wanted to get the capital murder case from death penalty to life in
Yeah,
prison.
well, they already got rid of the death penalty case. I think I don't know the strategy exactly, but I think they're planning on trying to nix the New York case against him,
Hmm.
because New York has, is it double indemnity or
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't get charged twice for the same thing.
twice for the same crime, even though it's federal versus state.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because I was watching, CNN, MSNBC, whatever, and Jessica Tisch, she's the AG of New York?
Letitia James.
Letitia James, whatever. No, it's Jessica Tisch, right?
Letitia James.
Is she white or black?
Black.
This lady was white. So
That's not the AG though.
I don't know. She was in New York and she was white.
Okay. I mean, she might be. Is she the federal prosecutor?
No, I don't believe so. She was with New York.
Okay, then she might just be the prosecutor there, but the AG of
Yeah.
New York is black.
But she came out and was, they were like, oh, think of the family. The FBI guy came out. Oh, think of the family. Oh,
Those
people
guys.
well, and that I honestly, it was just like, and CNN had some contributors. I forget their names. They're whatever people, but
Like
they were
his
all
uncle
saying like,
came out like, yeah, he could get worse. I'm like, whatever. Your son was your nephew was a dirtbag.
yeah, and people, and it's like, yeah, I'm sure it's personally sad for your husband, whatever, to be killed. Although I guess he was getting divorced from his wife, so there's to be seen there.
He's cheating on her.
Yeah,
He's a dirtbag.
and also insider trading. Not that those are executable offenses, but he
Are
was
you
no
sure?
angel.
I don't know how many people. So one guy kills one person. One guy has murdered and unalived hundreds, if not thousands, of people because of his policies to save money.
Yeah, and that's the concept
Who
of
really is the bad guy in that one?
that's the concept of social murder. It's something that he did the right paperwork. He wore a suit. He didn't shoot anybody. He didn't strangle anybody. But his actions killed people, lots of people.
Remember when they said Barack
For money.
Obama had these like death panels?
Yeah, your grandma's going to go to a death panel.
Yeah, grandma's going to death panel. Well, guess what, folks? Hey, newsflash: there already were death panels.
Yeah, they already do them.
They were called. I'm sorry, they were called Medicaid, Medicare, and hedge fund work groups. They were called
Medicaid Advantage.
Yeah, they were called I can't think of the term they use. Oh, like quality control analyst for major pharmaceutical companies and major managed care providers.
And United Healthcare was using an AI system to reject or accept cases. And as many as 70% of the cases they rejected were not correct. They shouldn't have been rejected.
Yeah, the same way that Flock pulls over grandma because it's like she bought a car from a guy 2 years ago and Flock just didn't know it.
Worse than that. Not to get on the Flock thing, but they're pulling over people who don't even have the correct plates or car, and the police are drawing guns down on people who are like, "What's going on?" It's like they said your car was wanted for the investigation. It's like it's not even the right license plate. It's like oh. It's like it's hallucinating. It's literally making it up.
Yeah, and so now somebody will disproportionately be pew-pewed in the real world.
Yeah, no, and this
for driving
awful,
their car.
So this awful news publication, Barry Weiss, this awful cow, it's called the Free Press, and I just watched a little propaganda video they put out for Flock, being like, people who don't like Flock love crime. It's like, that's not selling. I'm not even right-wing morons are buying that up. I think it's free real estate. Any politician who wants to come out and very strongly condemn Flock and very strongly condemn these AI centers, this is free real estate. You could be right or left and do this.
Yeah.
100%. It is such a polarizing issue. My mom, who is by no means a lib, by no means woke, has been sending me AI stuff with and Flock stuff, being like, this is ridiculous. This is terrible. It's like,
oh, so maybe your parents are going to wake up to the fact that it's like, yeah, like,
because it's not.
I wouldn't vote for Tina Kotex, but I ain't gonna vote for anybody that likes Flock
you'd be like,
cameras either.
Oh, you're pro crime. It's like, Right wingers aren't even buying that. The people with cotton candy for brains aren't buying that.
Because your civil liberties are being violated.
Yeah, it's very objectively. Yeah, you can't like polarize people to be like, this is a woke ideology. It's like I think people don't want to be watched.
You don't want to be surveilled for your own protection.
Yeah, what are you trying to hide?
What?
What are you trying to hide? It's like I don't know.
You see those auditors, those people that just film audit. You know, they're called auditors. Like they're trying to get a rise out of you. Yeah. This isn't trying to get a rise out of you. This is trying to monitor your steps every day.
Yeah, and it's owned by a private company who can do whatever they want with that information.
Data. Yeah, and once again, they're taking facial recognition. They're taking like fingerprints. I mean, think about this. When you go to fly at the airport, they know more about you than you do.
Yep.
And now you've got them outside of the airport. Again, you're trying to keep people safe. It's a confined space. Yes, I get it. It's a little, oh my goodness.
What?
My friend David Cox, he's sitting in a waiting room. Let's see what happens with this one. Hold on. David Gockstein. Bro, I can't hear you, but I'll tell you this much.
Surprise guest.
David.
What up?
I am literally filming right now, and you just popped in, and you are the most conservative man I know. So maybe Eli meet David, David meet Eli. We are filming here for the Keep Moving. But Eli, why don't you just tell David what we were just talking about? Let's see what he thinks about this.
Which part?
The flock cameras, David. What do you think about flock cameras right now?
Honestly, don't have an answer for it.
No strong feeling.
Are you okay with with being surveilled while you're driving your Jeep?
No.
Don't love it.
Hate it.
He is the most conservative guy I know at times. Eli is so left-leaning that I seem like a right-wing Republican to him. And
I mean, imagine tracking us. Well, no, I'm not with.
You're proving my theory that most people are not comfortable with it. Doesn't matter where you end up on the spectrum. Most people do not like the thought that they're being tracked every day and watched. For what purpose, right? No, people don't like that. I don't like that.
Oh God, I feel like the moderate is just like waiting in the.
Well, how are you actually in the middle? That is funny.
Yeah, because I truly am. Because I really am the moderate.
He's America's only centrist.
I truly because I don't believe that. So I think that surveillance is natural, right? I think if you've got an operation and you're looking for a certain person, that operation is great.
Yeah, but you can't go fishing.
But if you are just out there randomly, like having cameras record me, I'm not even speeding, right? You're just recording me as I'm driving, and then you're taking down my tag and where I was going to. You're tracking me all over the city. What for? Why don't I just go live in London? They got CCTV there.
What are you trying to hide? What are you trying to hide?
It's insane. It's insane. So I'm against flock. I'm against. Where do we even start with this? This is the most ADHD podcast in the world, by the way.
We're keeping to brand. We're keeping on brand.
Yeah, because I don't like flock. I don't think our government should be surveilling us. I personally think that this is all just. It's a psyop. It's a frickin' psyop. That's what I'm trapped in, is a psyop. And for no reason, because somebody in our government thinks it's a good idea to sell your data. And so they're like, let's make money and sell your data to somebody else.
Pretty cool stuff.
How's the Patriot Act going?
Not so hot.
I don't like that either. Yeah, I don't like it either. Patriot Act in 2001 seemed like a good idea.
6.
No, I said in 2001. It seemed like
it seemed like a good idea.
So they started discussing these things like, yeah, it's a good idea. And then they've just kept renewing it.
Oops.
That war's over. Why are we still doing that to American citizens? Why don't we just let the CIA just operate here in the United States? Just let them have it. Just go ahead.
Oh, they definitely aren't. They definitely aren't. No, I can't believe you'd even suggest that they're doing that. I can't. No way.
Well, any way you put it, I'm done with it. I am so tired of it. I'm so tired of Republicans, and I think Democrats did it as well. Yep. They all make excuses for their actions like it's good. There is no reason that we should be importing our food from other countries while our food system here dies? No reason. None. There, and you see what's happening. Now we've got some screwworm virus killing, your dietary system because some Doge kid thought it was a good idea to get rid of these trans flies.
Oh my God, here we go. Blame it on Doge. Don't blame it on the decades of, decades upon decades of food being produced here. That is, have you read a bag of chips lately? I don't eat chips, but I was in the store and I looked at the back of I forgot the chips, but it said
the Wiz Khalifa brand.
It was nah. It said something like it was something was altered and kind of like it was 3D manufactured. Some kind of, I'm like, this is what you're eating.
Yeah.
Like, remember when a Big Mac was a Big Mac?
It was a burger.
It was huge, and now it's little, and it's a patty. It's not a burger anymore.
It's just not a burger. It's got 80% beans, like 10% meat.
Food is just like if you go to any other country, if you leave America and you go eat in France or whatever, Spain, the quality of food is different. It's just, and a lot of people, it's funny. Friends call me and they're like, I went to Europe, and the first few days, I'm like, my stomach is like going insane. I'm like, yeah, because you're eating real food now.
Yeah.
We got all the pesticides being sprayed all over the place.
Yeah. And we wonder why we're fatter. I mean, people come here.
Sugar,
they gain weight in 10 days.
They banned that. That's why they don't want to bring in American products because of that. Like the sugar, look at Gatorade. Like it's like 90% sugar with like 10% water. Like it's crazy what goes on in this country. And like nobody says anything. It's just like, okay, I guess so.
They don't sell Diet Coke. They do not sell Diet Coke in Europe. You can get a Coke Zero, but you can't get a Diet Coke because they're like, oh, it's got too many chemicals in it. Coke tastes differently. Like there's just way too many chemicals in our food, and our government keeps allowing it no matter who's president. That's the thing.
Everybody's worried about APAC. I'd be worried about Big Pharma and their inclusion into the food industry and how they push things, and then people get sick. And here we have a solution.
Yeah, it's all of a piece. It's all one thing of people are able to buy the influence. So APAC, Big Pharma, whoever it is able to put their money in and say, oh, well, maybe if you felt a little bit differently about this matter. Is it for people's benefit? No, of course not. It's for their benefit. But that's allowed. That's the kind of the mode we're in right now. But I think anyone of good conscience
right now. I'm feeling a little verklimped. I'm just letting you guys know. I got my conservative friend and my liberal friend sitting here going, yeah,
I'm a bridge builder. I'm a bridge builder. I just want to see things get better,
Okay. You painted me as like this total like
he was at January 6th.
I'm sitting here like I can have a conversation with a Democrat, Libertarian, Green Party, I don't care which party, like as long as it makes sense. But yeah, I'm a Republican. I have no problem saying that, but I'm not crazy. I mean, there's certain things that I don't like from either side. Right now I don't like, there's things that I don't like from either side.
We took over the Strait of Hormuz. We've got, dysentery running through our country. I'm sorry.
It's not dysentery.
What is it called?
Cyclospora.
Cyclospora. So the disease. We've got uncalled for wars happening. We've got Omar, like we're getting ready to go to war with another country because we declared the Strait of Hormuz ours. Like, this is insane. We have fallen so far behind that China is more respected globally and trusted.
Sucks
an actual communist country.
They're not communists. They're just, they hide under that label. They're total capitalist. Like, look at them.
So China's good now?
They're so capitalist. Like they just
It seems like they're doing capitalism the right way. True capitalism,
So David, do you think China's form of capitalism is working better than our form of capitalism at this time?
No, I'm just saying that I say that obviously
call it whatever
there is a dictatorship there, but like, in terms of like, look at them, like capitalism, they have this like sneaky capitalism, which it does work for them. It's government government controlled capitalism, which
Call it capitalism plus, capitalism plus.
I mean,
here is just look. No matter what, I get like everything that's happening here in the United States of America. People are tired, divided, whatever it is, but it's still the greatest country in the world. You still have the opportunities here. Like everybody can complain, but you got the right to complain. Here in this country. Well, for now we do. Until
till we don't.
I can. This will turn into like an absolute heated debate. But look, Kamala Harris, Tim Walz was sitting there during the election saying that, hey, we need to adjust freedom of speech. Hey, we have to look at the Second Amendment. These are the two things that they were the pillars, and they are the pillars of the Constitution from our founding fathers. Like, bottom line, you take that away, you slowly start. Same way with the Patriot Act, same thing with these cameras all over the place. You slowly start to integrate it.
Yeah, the Trump administration is deporting people for making fun of Charlie Kirk getting shot. Is that freedom of speech?
I mean, I haven't heard anybody deported based on that, but Obama went into a car. Not Obama, but his administration in 2016 went into a car with CNN, and they showed how they were grabbing people in the night and deporting them. Obama's administration deported more people.
It sucked. It was bad then too.
But like, you can't have. But at the end of the day, here's my thing. I appreciate human rights, but my parents waited to get into this country. They waited in line. They went through the process. Period. And I know a lot of people did as well. When you have people just jumping in and they're coming over illegally, we're taking the tab on. It's not right. Like they've committed a crime. Bottom line,
a paperwork crime.
Country,
if you've ever crime, if you've ever sped in your car, that's a worse crime than what they've done.
But they've come into this country knowing that they bypass Department of Homeland Security, and they've come in here. And that's it. Like that, it's just not right. We can't do that in other countries. Russia won't allow it.
But you wouldn't argue it.
Countries won't allow it.
You wouldn't argue it's a death penalty worthy.
No, it's not. It's just go back to your country. It's just that's it.
But we're killing people, American citizens, even to defend that. People are being murdered over that.
Who do we kill though?
I mean,
Preddy, the good lady. There's been dozens of people ICE have killed. More. Do you know how many people? Illegal immigrants killed in I believe it was 2024.
Known there was 12. Known.
Biden's administration, and I'll lead into all these topics. Biden's administration, I can look at this, and I think I really do look at this in the middle. But obviously, if we don't agree, it'll be like he looks towards the right. I get it. But Biden's administration left the doors wide open. I know I can say 20 million, but I'll go with 10 million. Illegal immigrants came into this country.
And David.
Okay. From both sides. It's not Mexico. It's not just Mexico. It's Canada and Mexico came right into this country.
It was through airplanes.
Mostly they fly in. They don't just cross over the border.
They get it, but they get in. Okay. The airplanes, they can fly in, but they also are coming in through Canada. They're coming in through Mexico. Yeah. This is how it happens. Trump comes in here and he tries to close it up. And there's, oh my God, why are we doing this?
But I guess that's what I wanted. What's your thought of process? Because they're doing something illegal. Is that the reason it's illegal? They shouldn't do it. Is there a reason beyond that? Like, hey, there's
illegally coming over to this country. Yeah, it's a problem.
Yeah, it's
why is it a problem?
Well, it's
because they're crossing illegally.
That's purely the reason because they came here. So if they had the right paperwork, you would be fine with it.
If they have the right paperwork to come and stay, like if you have a visa and you're coming here and you've gone through the entire process of getting a visa, or you've gone through the process of getting a green card, like why not?
So,
of course.
Okay. So
you're for immigration reform.
So Eli,
I'm big on, like I just said, my parents are immigrants.
Yeah.
They waited in line. They waited in line to get into this country. They didn't fly over, overstay their visas.
When did they?
70s. Let's say your dad got 70s.
Okay.
So it wasn't like, he came on a boat in 32 or something and just kind of hopped off. He actually had to come here. So
which is how most people came before we did like the Chinese Exclusion Act,
Yeah. Now, what I will say though is what David is saying and what you're saying, I think there is the happy middle ground, because it is no different than what Spain had to shut down 2 weeks ago, when a massive social media campaign was was released said that
pushed by the CIA and Israel, but
I don't know. I don't know who did it, but a massive social media campaign was pushed, and that Moroccans thought it was safe to go to
a Spanish held territory
in the Spanish,
in Morocco.
No, first off, look, call it what you want. Countries change names.
I'm just describing what had happened.
Yeah, don't say
that's how they didn't come to Spain. They went to a Spanish held territory.
It's in Spain. It's across it's a waterway. It's an island there. It is not Spain.
Sure.
And you cannot just go, look, if a bunch of people went to Hawaii right now and said Hawaii was open, would you be okay with a bunch of people flooding in Hawaii? No.
I mean, that's how America got Hawaii.
Because we purchased, actually, they kind of needed us. This was in like 1950. Yeah. But there were, if you flood small spaces with too many people, it then puts a strain on the system.
Yeah, that was done on purpose to embarrass Spain.
And Spain shut that mess down, which America, if you look at the border crisis that happened in 2018, 2019, Trump and his administration did take steps to say, okay, we're going to shut this down because there is a border crisis. Democrats lied to us and said there weren't. You can't tell people to see things with their own eyes. They were saying, well, it's not a border crisis. It's not a border crisis.
I guess I'm still on the it's not a border crisis tip.
And guess what? It is. It fundamentally was. We had hundreds of thousands of people daily showing up to the immigration gates saying, well, we're allowed to be here. You guys said the gates are open. The same thing happened in Spain. So you can't say that, well, what the Spanish did was right and what we did is wrong. No, America has a right to say you cannot come here willy-nilly. Same way that Spain did. And look, I'm a fan of Spain right now. I think they have cheaper healthcare. I can go to Spain and get healthcare for $80 a month. That's sign.
Pretty sweet deal.
I know. So we have to start recognizing that there is something that's going on here in America that needs to be resolved with immigration. I say it all the time. I don't have a country to go back to. I only have this country, period. And for me as a person here, I want to just make sure, like, hey, if you're coming here, please do it the best way possible. If your parents came here illegally and you were a child, I think I'd give you some grace. I believe that DACA was a good thing for those types of young people because they grew up here as Americans. Join our military, automatic, baby. You serve 4 or 5 years, I'm giving you your license to come in. But everything else has to stop just showing up and going, well, I just want to be an American because I need to take from this economy and send to another economy. You can't go to Spain. You can't go to Germany. You can't go to Poland. You can't go to England and work there without a license and then send your money back to another country. You just can't do it. So there's no way that you should be allowed to do it here. Matter of fact, we should shut down Western Union. And if they want to do it, they can use crypto.
Yeah, I think that's silly.
Well, that's you.
I think immigrants add more to the economy.
If we have, okay, like I understand, I can understand some of these point of views, but at the end of the day, when you have illegal migrants coming to this country and they're undocumented, we really don't know what's happening here. Like I'm documented. We're all documented. We're all in the system. Like,
yeah, so we should document them. You're right.
Yeah, but like they have to go through the same process as everybody else.
We should make a system where they can go through the process.
But there is a system. They just choose to go around it. Okay,
it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Let me ask you. Let me ask you this question. There's a border, and there are Homeland Security officers at that border allowing you, when you pass the border patrol, to get into this country. How's that process not working? Like people are evading that process.
People are waiting for years to get in through the system. So, right? Should it take years?
Yeah, is that appropriate? It takes years. It takes years to get into other countries.
We have 330. Hold on, we have 330 million people that are actually registered Americans, either green cards or passports here in the United States of America. Like we can bring the entire world into this country. We're
not trying to.
But we have people that are coming in here illegally, bypassing the process where others have gone through the process and waited, whether it's a year, 2 years, 3 years. It's like what makes somebody
Because
what makes
they
one
need
person
money
better than
now.
somebody else?
They need work now. They're
That's great,
right?
And I get it, but you know what?
They're desperate to work. They're not desperate to do crime. That's the crazy part.
Well, I'm not saying somebody's a criminal. Like here,
you were by saying they came here illegally, but
they did. They are here illegally.
That's a paperwork crime. That's not the same thing.
You just said crime. It's still a crime.
It's a civil offense. It's not a crime.
Okay, fine.
It's a crime. It's a knowingly coming into this country. You have trespassed. You come in here. It's a crime.
A misdemeanor is a misdemeanor. And by the way,
it's like I don't. It's like I get stopped and I get stopped for reckless driving. It's a crime.
That's a way worse crime. That's not a misdemeanor.
Okay.
You
jaywalking.
Come into this country.
I put
you
this
got
up
arrested for jaywalking, is what you're saying.
No, you came into this country illegally.
You jaywalked equivalent. That is a misdemeanor.
Okay, so you jaywalked. Okay, you've committed a crime. We'll even use your analogy. You've committed a crime. It doesn't matter what you want to call it. You've committed a crime. You're not even documented. You're not an American citizen. We're exiting you out. Thank you very much for trying to go ahead and evade us.
That's incredibly violent, right?
Well, how's it violent? We're escorting you out,
right?
So time out. Let me just say
hold on.
this.
So you're allowed to come into my house. You don't own it.
It's not your house. It's the country. You're making equivalents to things that aren't the same thing. They're not trying to live with you.
It's our property. You come
it's not our property. It's our country.
It's the same aspect. Okay, hey, you just trespassed. It's just trespassed onto my property. So
that's not your property.
I call the cops when somebody trespasses. They take them.
That's a more severe crime than what they're doing, right? Yeah.
So let's run it back, right? I can get trespass from Panera Bread.
Okay.
Yeah. Like that's it. Like I can say, hey, listen, Akil, you're no longer allowed at Panera Bread. There's a YouTuber, streamer, a black guy who goes around buys people's groceries at Walmart. He is now trespassed from all Walmarts, not because he did anything bad. He just bought people's groceries.
But you don't show up to Walmart wearing a Walmart vest and are trying to work at Walmart.
No. This guy got trespassed from Walmart for buying groceries for people. So if this guy can get trespassed from a piece of property, piece of land,
a private company, yeah.
So the United States is a corporation.
Okay, sure.
So you ran into that one. That's just my brain.
Yeah. You're right. You were talking about auditors. I should have known.
Yeah.
Is this a maritime court of inquiry?
I'm just saying, Eli. Ultimately, there are rules in place. When I travel, I know that I have 90 days in the EU. If I leave the EU for 30 and then come back if I leave for 30, come back, I can restart my clock.
Okay.
But I can't. But if I go all 90, I can't come back for 120 days, and they tell me that.
Okay.
Those are the rules. So
that's the rule now.
And so if I violate the rule, what is the potential for violating that EU rule? It is that I would not be allowed back into the EU, period. So that is the rule that the EU has that I have to follow. If I violate that rule, then I cannot come back. In the United States, it's saying, hey, you violated our rule because it's not the EU. It's not the European Union. We don't have the same reciprocity that we have with Canada and Mexico. We don't have that same rule. So if they violate our rule, then guess what? We can say you are not welcome to come back. You can say that. I'm not saying that immigrants aren't welcome in this country. I'm on the belief of when you come here and you remove from our government and our system and our finances and you send them back somewhere else, that is against the law in Spain, in Germany, in Poland. Even Luxembourg doesn't allow it. Belgium doesn't allow it. You can be there legally and send the money out, and they're like, hey, at least we're getting our taxes out of this. Not all immigrants pay taxes. Many do. Most do. Most actually pay more in taxes. But you still
and they aren't able to get the services they're paying for back. That's, I think, another point.
Still have same thing in the EU. Like you still don't get the same benefits as being a member of that nation. That is the whole point of it. And I'm not saying that I don't like immigrants. I'm saying that financially it does put a strain on the system.
A big time. Like who's paying for the emergency room visits? The hospitals are going to debt.
We should make them citizens. We should make them responsible for paying for that.
But I don't understand. If you had it your way, Eli, the way you're explaining it, then basically we'd have an open country. People will just.
I think there should be a process. I just think it should
there
be
is a process.
It's not a good process. It
Well,
doesn't work.
But that's
My parents got in here. They waited 3 or 4 years. They got in.
Your parents came here 60 years ago.
No, it wasn't
Like
60 years ago, but they came.
You said in the 70s, right?
There was a process. They came in. Look, they came to America.
They did it the right way.
Well,
Yeah, they did. Yeah, that's the right way.
my family definitely did it the wrong way.
Yeah, well, you came here illegally.
We were kind of locked up and brought here, so there's a difference.
I don't like, okay, and even like you have people who are here illegally not paying taxes. You might have some that are doing the right thing and paying taxes because they're trying to stay here, but a lot aren't paying their taxes. They're just like taking away resources from Americans that are here looking for jobs. It's the truth, but it's okay. I mean, every European country does this, but we're the bad guys. Like Europeans, I mean,
we're a country of immigrants, right? That's supposed
that's fine. That's fine. But there's a process. We're a country of processes as well. It can't be, oh, we're a country of immigrants, so let's let everybody in because you're an immigrant. And
I think that's an unfair way to characterize what I'm saying.
It's not, because like New Jersey just came out and literally said, you know what, we had illegal migrants on the voter polls. Like we had to remove them. These things are real.
That's always just right-wing hysteria. It's not true.
No, that was the Democrats that came out. That's not right-wing at all.
Even in
I'm fair in my assessment.
The state of Oregon, there was a push, especially in the state of Oregon, to allow non-U.S. citizens to vote in local and statewide elections.
Well, why is that a problem?
Because I don't have the right to vote in Germany. I don't have the right to vote in England. I don't have the right to vote in Spain. Matter of fact,
I think Spain, you don't find my premise compelling that they live here, they work here, they pay taxes, they are in the community.
Spain,
it's like a student living in a university town able to vote in the local elections, right?
But if they want to be here, why won't they go through the process which is given to them?
Yeah. You can't work in Spain.
Have you gone through immigration recently?
No, my parents did. I tell you that.
No, I understand, but you're speaking on something, and you're saying why don't they go through the process? They got a green card,
and then they work towards getting their citizenship.
This comical process,
an anchor baby. Then,
this comical process that's a Rube Goldberg machine of torture and paperwork. And it's like, well, why don't you just do that? It's like, I think people are trying.
Paperwork, right? You need
you're
paperwork.
Here. You're not a criminal. You're contributing to society.
We don't know if you're not.
How do I know?
How do we know? How do I know? You could have killed somebody. You could have killed somebody in a different country. Come here and you want to start a new life. That's great.
You're right. We have this system that promotes this behavior. We have 20 million people here apparently illegally. It's not because the system's working so brilliantly, right? It was happening under Trump. It's happening under Biden. It's designed that way to increase a population of workers who can be used and abused.
That's something that I agree with Akil. We have to take that up with the people that represent us. But at the end of the day, there are laws that have not been changed. Like I have to pay taxes.
Yeah.
Like I have to pay taxes no matter what. If I have to pay 40% in taxes, I have to pay that.
Yeah,
I just can't go ahead and say, I'm not paying it.
I'm not arguing they didn't break the laws.
I'm not going to pay taxes because
unjust laws.
No, but this is kind of like the argument of me saying, you know what, I'm not paying taxes because when we fought for our freedom, it was over 2%, and now you've upped it to 40%. So now I'm just going to pay 2%. The taxes, I wasn't a part of that fight, but I'm going to just pay 2%, not the 40 or 50% that you guys send me every year. I mean, that's kind of what we're talking about right now. I'm not saying like people that want to come to this country are bad people. Well, my case is because I've never said that at all. That could be that can be your perspective, and I'll allow you to have your own opinion.
I think my perspective is
I don't see illegal migrants as bad people. I don't know who they are to first of all judge them. That's number one. But I know this: you can't come into this country with the current policies in place and say that it's okay. It's not. It's just not. It's not even fair to the people that are waiting in line. So if you want to come here, file for it, wait patiently. If you're seeking asylum, okay, we have that here also.
Yep.
And people can go through that as well. But to come in here knowingly, you're coming in here illegally, and you're not documented. And we have states that are saying it's okay to vote if you have no ID and you're undocumented. That's crazy. We have people voting for the biggest seats in our in Congress that are not documented. They're not Americans. It's weird. Like, because you can't do that in Russia, you can't do that in Spain.
Yeah, I'm not aware of any cases of that happening.
No, but there are cases.
I don't believe that.
It's not even from from the Trump side. This is not even from the Trump side. I'll nail it down from Obama. And hey, listen, I voted for Obama, so I mean, I can go ahead and that's why I'm playing. I can go ahead and talk from the middle, even though I'm a Republican. I just want America to become first for once, like us American citizens. We get taken care of, and then we can take care of everybody else. I think that's fair.
Now, that is a fair point, David, and it's not happening. It's not.
Right now. It's not, and that's why you know how tight I am about that. It's America first, and I don't mean that with the Nick Fuentes movement. I'm talking about America first. Our people, like people that are here who are working. You know, Americans should not be starving. Americans shouldn't be homeless. There shouldn't be a pandemic here on drugs. Like there shouldn't be a lot of things. But this is under all the administrations. This is not just point out Trump, bad man Trump. No, this is under Biden, Trump. But I'll name it all out. It's under everybody. Yep. And all they do is you have two sides bickering all the time, shut down the government. I don't get my way, shut down the government. And that's all you have now. That's why the founding fathers said two-party system would never work. You need 3 parties, 4 parties to be in the mix to get things done for the American people. So I look at things very, very differently. And yeah, the immigration thing, I feel bad. I feel bad for human beings trying to, you know, they see America as a wonderful opportunity to come here and to be a part of this capitalistic society. But there are rules. Like, so it's like, at what point do we say, hey, like everybody has to follow rules? Because if we say there are no rules and you don't have to abide by them, then, you know, tear up the Constitution and everything and let, you know, mayhem begin.
Yeah. I think we should do something, you know, kind of like what Reagan suggested, is just do an amnesty program. Say, hey, we're calling it a mulligan. You're becoming documented. You have to follow the rules here. You have to pay taxes. And we're going to, you know, reform the immigration system. But I just don't see that happening.
Nobody's going to do it. No one's going to do it. Because the reason is that political jargon, political speech is more profitable than actually doing what's right.
I think? I want to jump in real quick. You know what? I would have no problem like with the reforms, because I think there should be some sort of reforms, especially like kids who are, I have friends who were born here. They didn't ask to come to this country. They were born here. So, you know, there should be a policy where, here, you get 5 years to go ahead and prove that, you know, you'll be a great American citizen and all that stuff. And you're working, you've taken the opportunities to go to school and all that good stuff. And you pay your taxes, obviously, and you're a law-abiding citizen. Those things are cool to go ahead and put into play. But I think at the end of the day, instead of focusing on, you know, immigrants coming in here illegally, not illegally, we need to kind of take that money and all the resources and focus on us for a second. Make everything good here for us and the people that are here right now. And then we can focus on helping other countries, which I'm against the wars that are out there right now. All this stuff, all this money that's being printed towards giving resources to people that are not American or have nothing to do or have not championed for these wars. That's who I want to really focus on.
Yeah. I mean, the amount of money we spend on illegal immigrants is not very much, right? The military industrial complex is spending how much more than that, right? I think there's budget savings in every direction. I think you're right. These wars, unnecessary wars of choice, you know, it's $1.5 billion a day last time I checked. That could be going to anything else, right? Literally anything else. America, like you said, America first. And I think that's a very compelling argument, is why are we spending all this money on all these other things? Like you said, people are homeless, people are starving in America, the richest country on earth. Why is that happening?
Spend $13 million on a reflecting pool.
Yeah, that's small potatoes, really. You know.
No, but it's still $13 million. And if we think about $13 million, I mean, it's an educational budget for an entire school.
It's $500,000 an hour to have the USS Lincoln, you know, be a torture palace for some 5,000 sailors, you know?
USS Lincoln?
The one with the people trying to jump off of it, the aircraft carrier.
Well, that was a refreshing debate. Ooh,
sure,
that was good. That was refreshing, and now you can truly see I am a moderate.
He's the last centrist. He's the true last centrist.
I am the last centrist, and with that, thank you for joining us for another episode of Keep Moving. Thanks for our friend David Goxing for jumping on.
Thank you, David.
let's keep moving and keep positive. Eli, you got any closing words?
Keep on keeping on. Keep moving, as it were.
Remember, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe here at the Keep Moving Podcast. Have a great day and even better tomorrow. Deuces.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Tush.